Good morning and welcome to O'Hare International Airport. My name is Rosemary Andolino and I'm the Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Aviation. Here with us today is, of course, Mayor Rahm Emanuel, Chairman of the Committee of Aviation, Alderman Michael Zaleski, Vice Chairman, Alderman Ariel Roboiras, John Cammett, President and CEO of Aeroterm, and Aaron Gruver, Executive Vice President of Acquisitions and Development for Aeroterm. So I'm so pleased to welcome Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who will share with you some great news of an exciting development that will be good for both our airport and our city. The mayor has been steadfast in his commitment to growing Chicago's position as a global transportation center. He recognizes that Chicago's airports are a major economic engine for our region and are responsible for creating 540,000 jobs and $45 billion in annual economic activity. Indeed, O'Hare is having a banner year as we continue to invest in and enhance our airport, which is a major asset for our city. With nearly 67 million passengers and more than 800,000 flight operations, last year, O'Hare remains one of the busiest airports in the world and continues to grow. Our approach to making O'Hare the best in the world includes investing in our terminals, concessions and services, developing new air service, modernizing our airfield, and making sure our airport is one of the greenest in the world, and focusing on collateral development on underutilized areas of property that can generate revenue as well as create new jobs. One of the ways to maximize O'Hare's potential for our economy includes growing Chicago's thriving cargo business. O'Hare is one of the busiest cargo hubs in the world, with more than 1.5 million tons of cargo handled in 2011. Chicago's O'Hare is unmatched among the U.S. Midwest airports as an international air cargo gateway. Chicago's also the #1 U.S. air cargo gateway for air imports from mainland China, with more than 216,000 tons. In fact, Chicago is also the dominant gateway for air exports to mainland China, with more than 73,000 tons, which represents more than 25% of the U.S. total. We continue to invest in this important component of O'Hare's business, including adding new cargo carriers, as well as making great progress on the O'Hare Modernization Program, which holds enormous benefits for both O'Hare's air passengers and cargo business. The extensive progress that we have been able to make on the O'Hare Modernization Program includes the newer, wider runways that are Group 6 capable, with taxiways that will allow the airport to handle the newest, largest generation of the 747-8s cargo planes. Because of our successful efforts, Chicago and O'Hare will be able to better service existing cargo carriers and attract new cargo service with the newest state-of-the-art facilities, which will boost Chicago's position as an international air freight hub. The mayor has challenged us to do more, and we are. When all 3 phases of our project will be built, it will be the largest airside cargo development built in the last decade at a U.S. gateway airport. Now I'd like to introduce to you Aaron Gruver, who's the Executive Vice President of Acquisitions and Development for Aeroterm, and who has worked closely with my team and professionally with my team on what the mayor will talk about shortly. So please join me in welcoming Aaron.
Thank you, Commissioner Andolino. It's great to be here today. I want to wish everybody good morning, including the Chairman Zaleski, Vice Chair Roboiras, obviously
Thank you.
Mayor Emanuel, and of course Commissioner Andolino. As the Commissioner introduced me, my name is Aaron Gruver. I oversee acquisitions and development for Aeroterm. I'm joined here today by John Cammett, who's the President and CEO of Aeroterm to my right. And I'm also joined, although he's in the crowd, maybe he can put a hand up, by Mr. Joseph Williams, who's the President of the Sphere Development Group, and he serves as Aeroterm's partner on this project. I'd like to first start off, before we get into the meat of it, as Aeroterm's an existing stakeholder here at the airport, holding ground leases for existing air cargo assets, I want to thank 2 individuals in particular for the existing relationship and valued relationship with the airport. First, Mayor Emanuel, we'd like to really thank you for your support of O'Hare, particularly in the growth and investment initiatives. It's a very, to see the level of investment at O'Hare, it's a fresh, really fresh breath compared to other airports in this country. Secondly, and I apologize for turning around, Commissioner Andolino, it's her vision and it's her leadership that really drives America's premier airport. It shouldn't be underrated. Now, for a little bit about Aeroterm. We are a third-party airport developer, owner, and manager of airport assets, airport facilities. We consider ourselves, in essence, in simplistic terms, partners with airports and airport operators. We have 100 employees across 3 offices in North America, all of those employees with a focus and dedication to airport initiatives. We have the largest portfolio of air cargo assets in North America. That portfolio spans 35 airports, including here at O'Hare. O'Hare, of course, we consider the crown jewel. You can look around and see why. Tremendous activity here in investment. Not only have we enjoyed working with the Department of Aviation through our relationship, but we're also looking forward to expanding that relationship as well. When I'm asked, what sets O'Hare apart? Why do we speak so highly of O'Hare? There's a long list, but I'll start with a few items. When you look at this airport's ability to lead, it's first rate in the industry, always at the top of the list. When you look at their ability to understand competitive advantage and how to use it. In simple terms, the city and the Department of Aviation, they get it. They look at value, they strategize, they plan, they execute. We get a lot of strategy, a lot of planning from others. The execution is where the rubber hits the road, and the proof is positive as we sit here today. They do all this also with an eye toward the community, toward sustainable initiatives, and also toward the future, which is vital. Perhaps most attractive to us is the infrastructure, the buzzword infrastructure, and what the airport's done here and the city has done. Everybody looks at infrastructure and considers the standard meaning of it, but we see really 2 forms of infrastructure here. We see the traditional infrastructure you see behind us, the runways, the utilities, the infrastructure to help grow the airport and to help grow the engine which drives the regional economy. But we also look at one other valuable infrastructure, and that's the human infrastructure. I personally, and our group at Aeroterms, work very closely with the Department of Aviation for many years. We've had the distinguished honor of working directly with Commissioner Andolino and her group. And I can tell you personally that these are some of the best professionals in the aviation industry, bar none. And that's something that Chicago should be proud of, and I think Mr. Mayor should be proud of as well. One other area that really attracts us to O'Hare, in addition to the cutting technology and staying ahead of the curve, is the Mayor's College to Careers initiative. Aeroterm is looking forward to working collectively with city colleges to develop a curriculum that will provide skilled labor and skilled workforce that's crucial to the success of infrastructure projects and other projects around the airport, the users of the airport and the community as a whole. So with that, and in closing, I'd like to say that on behalf of Aeroterm, we're very excited and proud to be here with the Commissioner and the Mayor today to take part in the news that I believe the Mayor momentarily will announce. And with that, I'd like to hand it back to Commissioner Andolino and wish everybody a happy afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. And now, without further ado, I would like to present our Mayor, Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who will tell you about the next major, exciting step for O'Hare that is part of his vision for Chicago's bright future for a transportation hub, world transportation hub. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rosie. Aaron, John, Rosie, Mike, Ariel, and to everybody else also that's out doing the work. First of all, I'm very excited about this modernization of our air cargo capacity. Everybody knows O'Hare as a transportation leader, not only in the United States, but in the world. 4th busiest airport in the world, 2nd busiest in the United States for its commuter traffic. And because of O'Hare, it is an economic engine for the city of Chicago, maintains it as a leader in the country, and for our capacity. We are now taking the next step in making sure O'Hare leads in the world as it relates to cargo traffic with this investment. All in, 11,000 jobs. Starting today, and when we start the development, 1,200 construction jobs, 1,200 permanent jobs related to the operation of the new cargo facility. And then through stages 2, 3, you get to a total of 11,000 permanent jobs, not counting all the ancillary jobs that will be related in supporting the transportation, the distribution, and the logistics that this air cargo facility will handle. And we're investing in what I think is a crucial part of our infrastructure. Now, about a number of months ago, I'll tell you guys, it's really hard to take you all seriously with those yellow jackets and the hats. I feel like I'm in a Foucault movie, okay? I'm just waiting for the tumblers and the jugglers to go by in a second. I'm gonna be quick because I can't take a straight face looking at you, okay? One, a few months ago when we did our economic blueprint for the city of Chicago, after that report, it mentioned a number of things. 1, exports. 2, infrastructure. 3, skill development. This project brings all 3 together in a major way for the city of Chicago and the greater Chicagoland area. And as soon as that report was done, I called Rosie and Aaron to have a meeting and said, what can we do to advance on all 3 of these areas, or on our blueprint for Chicago over the next 10 years to make sure Chicago is in the lead economically. This will allow us to help us, this cargo facility, help us achieve the goal of doubling our exports over the next 5 years. Adding 100,000 jobs to the Chicagoland area through greater exports, not just imports, but exports. 2, this project will also help us achieve our goal of making investments in modernizing our infrastructure, which Aaron talked about, the physical capacity. Because air cargo is a greater piece of export, because we have the runway to handle the big 6 planes, Group 6 planes, this new facility will be actually modernized to handle the type of cargo coming in on a Group 6 plane. And third, because we are a transportation distribution logistic juggernaut, and we have a school that will have the skilled workforce to handle that, we've given the company and all those that rely on it, Aerotrum, the certainty both on workers, the certainty of infrastructure, and the certainty of our goal to export more and more from Chicago. And as it was noted earlier by Aaron and by Rosie, it's the largest air cargo development in the last decade for a gateway airport. While other airports may not be a gateway, you're bringing the integration between both the commuter traffic as well as the cargo traffic. It creates 1,200 jobs construction building it, 1,200 to maintain it, and over the period of time where we go through stage 1, 2, and 3, 11,000 total direct jobs at that facility when it's fully developed. And as John and I were mentioning earlier, he sees the way of the pent-up demand that there is capacity for the operation of the air cargo. He sees stage 2 happening literally when you're 80% of the way through on stage 1. So I feel very confident about what this opportunity means to not just O'Hare, but the city of Chicago, the economic development we see coming, and maintaining Chicago's leadership in the transportation, distribution, and logistics field, and the jobs that will be created both building it and operating this major air cargo facility. So I want to take my hats off to Rosie, their operation. I think, as Aaron said, the confidence it gives them in the sense of what we're doing to invest, and it's this type of building a new Chicago and a better Chicago that allows O'Hare to not only maintain its leadership as an airport operation, but develop that leadership in the air cargo and exporting and importing capacity.